Greetings and welcome to week 5, our study of Judaism. And this begins the study of our theistic religions, incorporating Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. So how can we begin to think like a Jew? Because they have a very unique, specific mindset. And of course, to do that, we could put on our Jewish yarmulke. And I have mine right here. Do you have yours? So as I put on my Jewish yarmulke, as any man would do, it symbolizes their submission to God and even to the law of God. Now, to adopt the Jewish mindset, I first of all have to think creation. And here this brings up the notion of contrasting cosmologies. Even Genesis 1 was written to show the contrast of the Jewish mindset on creation versus the Egyptian polytheism, because Moses wrote Genesis 1 in the midst of that polytheistic culture to show that one God created all things, not the many gods of the Egyptian gods. And so the mindset goes further into the notion of who is this one God. That captivates the mind of the Jewish person. They think of God, first of all, as Elohim, that great all-powerful creator that brought the universe into existence by his spoken word. But also, even more abundantly, the name Yahweh appears in the Old Testament, which is the notion of Lord, or the I am, or the ground of their existence even. Such a holy name that they would not even speak this name and substituted a different name for that. Now also, to capture the Jewish mindset, you need to think about the terms in terms of the Jewish story, which creates their incredible sense of identity and community. The story of Judaism, first of all, is aligned with their sense of covenant. The covenant begins when God calls Abraham to leave his own land, of his homeland, and go to the land that he would promise him and show him, and there he would create from him a great nation, and bless him, and bless all the nations of the earth through him. Quite a promise. But the Abrahamic covenant only begins the story of the covenants in the Old Testament, which continues through Moses, where God gives the Jewish people his laws and also a constitution so that they can become this great nation. And then the covenant with David, where he promises to bring an eternal dynasty to the entire world through the Jewish people, with the Messiah sitting on the throne ruling over the earth. And finally, the new covenant, where God promises to place the law of God within their hearts, to write it on their hearts. Also, the Jewish story is encapsulated in the idea of redemption, not just covenant, but redemption, where over and over in their history, you see the Jewish people get into trouble, and then God rescues or redeems them from that trouble. For example, you find them after Joseph being captivated by the Egyptians for 400 years. Along comes Moses and serves as a redeemer and brings them out through the Exodus. Later on, they become this great nation, but because of their idolatry, God allows them to go into captivity again under the Babylonians. They're there for 70 plus years under their captivity, but eventually allowed to return. So this mindset of trouble, but then redemption from trouble. So this is the basic Jewish mindset, and think about that as we go through the week, and have a great week.